vertical bandsaw. We got the upper wheel, the lower wheel, lower cabinet. If you hear anything going wrong, let me know, and we're going to come over here and we're going to check the blade to see if there's anything wrong or if it's just adjusted wrong for tension. There's a 1/2-inch blade on here now. At the end of class, who's ever in charge of machine cleanup, they're going to have to come over here and vacuum this out so it stays clean. The vacuum system doesn't catch everything. Make sure that the vacuum is on. Over here, just open it up. Okay, the guard and the post, there's a lock knob here, so you have to make sure that's unlocked before you can move this up and down. Otherwise, you'll strip it out. Okay, so you can see that the guard and the post go up and down with this right here. You have the fence. The fence, this side, or you can move it off. And if you have to, you can use it on this side and make your cut. You got your miter gauge groove, so you can put the miter gauge in here if you need that to support your material. What is the distance that the guard needs to be from the material in height? What height does the guard need to be above the material?
8 to 16.
Quarter inch. Close. All right. With a 1/2-inch blade, you can only do a certain radius of a cut in a curve. Smaller blades, a thinner blade in width, then you can do a tighter cut. This is a 1/2-inch blade, so there's only so far that you can go on a turn. I'll show you. This is the one mistake that a lot of people make in here, and then they break the blade or they bend it. It's a $30 blade. The blade needs to stay straight. If you're turning your material and the blade moves, then you're turning it too much. How far do your fingers need to be from the blade? 4 inches. Wait for it to come to a complete stop before you go in and move your material. Now you can go in and move the material. So, I mean, I just did a little bit of a cut, but I never had the blade move at all. As soon as you start kinking the blade and turning it at all, putting pressure like that on it, it's going to pop the blade off of here, ruin the blade. If you need to make a tighter cut, you can make what's called relief cuts. That's why I use a pencil. I did some right here, I'll do them again. So I had a tight curve here, and I put in some relief cuts. Now, because that's such a short cut, I can back out. If you have a long cut, do not back out. You'll bind up the blade. Do not back out. Again. So go along on the relief cut, go in there, move that piece out of the way, and now I can all of a sudden turn my piece and go at a tighter angle. So I can now go in this direction. If I remove that piece, I can now get in even tighter and go that direction. So as I remove the material from my relief cut, I can turn the material tighter. Wait for it to stop. While it's stopping, what is the V groove used for?
Cylinders and spears and stuff.
It's going to be used, for cylindrical stop, so it doesn't turn on you. So when you set a dowel, or say you've got a pretty good cylinder of a branch, so it doesn't turn on you. So you stick it in here, and you can hold on to it or clamp it down, and you can put it through the saw, and it won't spin and get out of your control. So now I can move that stuff out of the way that I cut. Let's raise it up. All right, now say you're cutting a piece and you need to have the fence this close to the blade. I've had people go, Mr. Sommerfeld, it doesn't go down any further. What's wrong with it? Well, that's because the fence is in the way. So, either you can only make the cut like this, which is a little unsafe because now you got more blade exposed, or you can move it back up and then maybe you can move it just like on the table saw over to this side and be able to get it a little bit closer and bring this down a little bit further, and you make your cut on this side. On the bandsaw, you can see this line here. That's what we use to take the blade in and out, but it's also your cut line. Does your finger go in the cut line? If your finger is traveling down the cut line, you're in for a world of hurt. Okay? For now, that is the very, very basics and some of the safety that you need to know to start some of these other projects. As we go along, you're going to learn a lot more about the bandsaw use. Okay?
Is that it?
That's it.